I was working late that evening, the store almost empty, lights dimmed to that quiet end-of-day glow. I'd been a salesman for years, trained to notice body language, hesitation, the look people get when they're unsure. But that day, one customer stood out. He walked in slowly, shoulders slumped, eyes fixed on the floor like he was trying not to be seen. He wasn't browsing. He wasn't comparing prices. He was just standing there, staring at a shelf like it held answers to questions he didn't know how to ask. I walked up and did my usual routine, asked if I could help. He nodded, barely audible, and said he needed something reliable. Not expensive. Not fancy. Just reliable. We talked for a bit, mostly about the product, but every sentence he spoke felt heavy, like it was carrying more than it should. At one point, he laughed softly and said, "At least this thing won't give up on me." That line stopped me. It wasn't something a customer usually says. So I slowed down. I stopped selling and started listening. I asked how his day was. He paused for a long moment before saying, "Honestly, not great. This is the only place I came to today." He admitted he'd been struggling, that most days he didn't feel like talking to anyone, that walking into a store felt easier than walking into his own thoughts. I didn't have training for that moment. I didn't have a script. I just stayed. I told him he wasn't wasting my time. I told him that coming in, even for something small, still counted as showing up. His eyes watered, not dramatically, just quietly. Before leaving, he shook my hand and said, "You didn't sell me anything today. You helped me breathe." I went home thinking nothing more of it. Weeks passed. Then one afternoon, the door opened and there he was again. Standing straighter. Smiling. He didn't come to buy anything. He just came to say thank you. He told me that conversation kept him from doing something permanent that night. I stood there frozen, realizing that sometimes the most important thing you sell isn't a product. It's presence. And sometimes, the smallest kindness becomes the reason someone decides to stay.